Hi guys, good evening. We've already done basic profit and loss concepts in the morning with questions, and now we'll go to slightly more difficult profit and loss questions. But before we go there, a quick introduction. Hi, I'm Munira Lokhandwala, and I am Calcutta alumna, a serial 100 percentiler in CAT, a 99 percentiler in GMAT. I also have a CAT Wobble book published by Wiley and available on Amazon. You can find me on the Unacademy YouTube channels. You can also find me on the Unacademy app. Just search for the app, download it, install it, go for the Plus CAT courses, get subscription. Which subscription to go for? We can talk at the end of the session. You can use the code Munira10 to get a 10% discount. So before we begin, right, let's look at the puzzle that I gave you all last time. Every session, at the end of the session, I give you all a puzzle, right, that you can solve and we can discuss it at the beginning of the next session. So can the mean of any two consecutive prime numbers ever be prime? To some mathematical person, this may actually be a philosophical question, I'm telling you. Can the mean of any two consecutive prime numbers ever be prime? This could be a Hamlet dialogue, right? Anyway, forget about it, right? This seems a little difficult in the beginning, but what you should do for any prime questions, if you want to come up with exceptions, guys, you should look at the smaller numbers. So the smallest prime is 2, then 3, then 5, and then 7. And iske baad numbers typically follow a pattern. Okay. So consecutive primes means prime of 2 and 3, 3 and 5, 5 and 7. Okay. So the answer here is very peaceful actually. It's very simple. Consecutive primes means what? कि बीच में उनके कोई प्राइम नहीं है, राइट? तेरे मेरे बीच में देयर इज नो प्राइम. 3 के बाद अगर 5 consecutive है, between the two there is never going to be a prime. That's the meaning, guys, of consecutive. Now mean has to be in the middle. Mean will be between the two primes and the two primes के बीच में there is no prime. So can the mean of any two consecutive prime numbers ever be prime? No. Right? It's obvious. But since we are on this topic, I just wanted to talk about how do primes look. So once you remove these two exceptions of 2 and 3 and you look at all prime numbers from 5 to 7, they can all be expressed in the form 6k plus minus 1. And the rationale is very easy. 6k, if I see right, with respect to 6, all natural numbers are either of the forms multiple of 6 or multiple of 6 and remainder of 1, multiple of 6 and remainder of 2, multiple of 6 and remainder of 3, so on and so forth. Right? So these are the 6 possibilities with respect to any natural number and with respect to 6. Now this number cannot be prime because it's a multiple of 6. This number is a multiple of 2. This number is a multiple of 3. This number is a multiple of 2. I can remove 2 common, right? And I'll be left with 3k plus 2. So it's a multiple of 2. So these are the two numbers that are not multiples of 2 and 3 and hence they may be prime. So if a number is prime and it is greater than 5, it has to be of the form 6k plus minus 1. But all numbers of 6k plus minus 1 are not prime. Right? For instance, 35 is not prime. Okay, 25 is not prime. But all prime numbers follow this pattern from 5 onwards. Okay, so this is just some extra information. It will help you for some CAT number theory question. But to answer this question, this is really a very easy question. Two consecutive prime numbers के बीच में ही आपका mean आएगा and that mean cannot be prime because दोनों के बीच में there is no prime, right? Great. Let's look at our profit and loss questions, guys. The questions that we did in profit and loss last time, they were on the easier side. Now we are going to look at some more difficult questions. So I would really advise that please guys solve and then come. Okay. So let's look at the 13th question. Marked price of an article is 50% above cost price. Okay. So marked price is 1.5 times cost price. Marked price is increased by 20% and selling price is increased by 20%. The profit doubles. If the original marked price is 300, so the marked price is 300, so the cost price, which is 1.5, right? You divide marked price with 1.5, so you will get cost price as 200. Now, let's come back to our question. Selling price is increased by 20%, the profit doubles. Okay, is increased by 20% and the profit doubles. So let's say, what is 20%, guys? 20% is 1 by 5. Okay, now let's say the original profit was X. So your cost price was 100 and your selling price was 100 plus X. So let's forget this right now. Okay, we are not using it. 100 plus X is your selling price. Now when you increase this by another 20%, you make an extra X. राइट, बिकॉज ये प्रॉफिट डबल्स, मतलब जो आपको x मिल रहा था अभी 2x मिल रहा है, मतलब एक एक्स्ट्रा x मिल रहा है जब आप सेलिंग प्राइस को 20% से बढ़ा रहे हो. सो व्हेन यू सॉल्व दिस गाइस, यू विल गेट x as 25%, right? You'll get 100 plus x as 5x, so x as 25%. And if you are conversant with some formulas, right, you will know that 125 ko, if you increase by 20%, you get 150. So 25 doubles to become 50. Okay. So now we know that the selling price was, the cost price was 200. Selling price ka first markup was 25%. So the original selling price is 1.25 of 200, which is nothing but 250. That is the original selling price. Right? Great. Let's look at the 14th question. A dealer purchased a washing machine for rupees so much. After allowing a discount of 12%, he still gains 10%. So let's say the marked price of the washing machine is 100. Forget, so as usual, right, this is something that we'll use right at the end. इसको भी हमने end में use किया. You always start with 100. Life is easy, right? So you start with 100 and you say कि इस पे आप 12% discount दे रहे हो, means 88 is your selling price. And in this 88, you gain 10%. So if I divide 88 with 1.1, I will get the cost price, which is 80. So if the cost price is 80, the marked price is 100. But अपना cost price is 3660. So 3660 को हमें 80 बोलना है. So 100 means I have to increase this by 25%. 80 को 25% से increase करते तो 100 बनता है, right? 4:5 ratio में I have to increase. So you have to divide this by 4 and you have to add it back. So 915 you have to add back, which means that the marked price of the washing machine is 4575. Right? Great. Let's look at the 15th question. There are two ways of doing it. You can work with the total for the 15th question, or you can work with the per book rate. Okay, so let's work with the total. Printed 2000 books, cost is so much. Distributed 400 free. So how many copies are left? 1600. Marked price is 100 and they are selling this 1600 at a 70% discount. So they're selling 30% discount, sorry. So they're selling it at 70 rupees. So the total money that they make is 1600 books into 70, which is 112,000. Cost price is so much. Selling price is so much. There's a loss of 28,000 over so much, right? These number of zeros really kill me actually. So this is 20% loss. This is one way of doing it. The other way is to say कि original 15th question, right? Original जो है price आपका cost price is 7 rupees per book. Sorry, 70 rupees per book. Right? You can just find this as 140 divided by 2000, 140,000 divided by 2000. So it's 70 rupees. Now, if you sold all of them at 70 rupees, you will have no profit, no loss. But 20% of the books you sell for free, that is your loss. That's it, straight away. Okay, so if you work with per book, it's slightly easier. Right? You know that 100 को हम 30% discount means we are selling it at 70. Cost price is also 70. 70 would mean no profit, no loss. But 400 books we gave for free. 400 out of 2000 means 20% books we gave for free, and that 20%, guys, is your loss. Okay? Great. Let's look at the 16th question. A dealer buys an article listed at rupees 100. List price is 100 and gets successive discounts of 25 and 20%. So first discount of 25, so you can use A plus B plus AB by 100 to come up with 40% is a total discount, or you can just do the maths, right? It's very quick. 100 per discount, 75, 75 pay 20% discount means 0.8 of that, 60. He spends 10% of the cost price on transportation, so 66 is his total cost price. At what price should he sell to earn a profit of 15%? So you need to add 15% profit to this. 10% is 6.6, 5% is 3.3. You add this and you get 75.9. Right? Great. 17th question. The mark price of a watch was 720 rupees. A man bought the same for so much, and then after getting two successive discounts. Okay, so you start with 720, there's one discount, you end up with X, and then there's a second discount, you end up with 0.80. So they are saying first discount is 10. I'm saying forget it. Second discount is 10. It doesn't matter, guys. आप 25 और 20 का डिस्काउंट दे रहे हो, पहले 20 का दे रहे हो, पहले 25 का दे रहे हो, it doesn't matter, right? So we use this 10% discount, we find X, and then we'll know what is the other discount. Okay, so or you could start with this also and give 10% discount, whichever way you want to look at it. Okay, so I'm dividing this with 0.9 because of the 10% discount. So 550, 0.8, if I divide by 0.9, I get 612. So how will I get 612 from 720? Because I've given a discount of 108 on 720, which is 15%, right? 10% is 72, 5% is 36, so I'll get 108 as 15%. Guys, please become better at your tables. Okay? Another way of doing it is you start with 720, give a discount of 72, which is 648. How do you go from 648 to 550.80? Right? You will have to give a discount of 15%. So you will get 15% either ways. Right? Okay. 18th question. A manufacturer fixes her selling price at 25% over the cost of production. If the cost of production goes up by 20%, she raises her selling price by 8%. Now what is her new percentage profit? So you start K, SO is the cost of production, which is cost price. So 25% is the selling price. If the cost of production goes up by 20%, so this is old and this is new. So that's 120. And you're increasing the selling price by 8%. 8% means iska hi 8%. So iska 10% is 12.5. Iska 8% is 4 by 5 of that, which is 10. So you're increasing this by 10, 135. That means you are making a profit of 15 on 120, which is 12.5% profit. Right? Great. Let's look at the 19th question. A house worth 2 lakhs is sold to X, is sold by X, 5% profit. And then Y sells the house back. With this lockdown, it leads to maths questions, guys. It has led to a lot of problems. It has also led to maths questions, which is a problem, right? Okay, so what is happening? Before the lockdown, before X sold the house, X के पास एक घर था. X had a house. After these two transactions, X has got the house back. We just need to see the change in his cash position. Okay, so when he sells the house for the first time, how much does he get? He gets 20 lakhs ka, right? 2 million ka 5% increase. He gets this much. This is the whole sum, right? Then Y sells the house to him at 2% loss. That means Y is only getting so much back. That means the remaining 2% X is keeping. The 2% loss, guys, that Y had, X is keeping that money. So this is the extra money that X is left with, and this is X's profit. So in the beginning, X had a house, now X has a house and he has this extra money. See, if Y bought and sold at the same price, then cash position of X does not change. There is no profit, no loss. But Y has sold at a loss. Y has definitely had a loss. जितना Y का loss है, उतना X का profit है. How much has Y lost? Y has lost 2% of Y's cost price. This is Y's cost price. So iska 2%, if I find 5%, this is 21 lakhs, right? Okay, I hope I've got the zeros right. And iska 2% is 42,000. Right? You just get rid of 2 zeros. Okay, that's the profit that X makes. Great. 20th question. If a manufacturer gains 10%, wholesaler gains 15%, retailer gets 25%, then the production cost. तो बस don't even start with 100, ये 1265 में से पहले retailer का 25% निकालो. So 25% means 100 becomes 125. Right? 4:5 का ratio है. You have to get it back. So you have to multiply with 4/5. Right? If you multiply this with 4/5, it's just easier to divide it by 5 and then subtract that, right? So if I divide this by 5, 12 divided by 5 is 1200, right? Is 240, and then 65 is so much. So you subtract 253. And you're left with 1012. This has 15% gain. So you have to divide it with 1.15. That will lead to 880. And then if you remove the final 10%, you'll be left with 800. That is the production cost, that's the cost price, 800. Right? Great. 21st question. A dishonest vendor uses a weight of 1.25 while buying and a weight of 0.8 for selling. तो जब वो खरीदता है, right? People think he is buying 1 kilo when actually he has bought more. He has bought 1.25 kilos. And while selling, people think that they have got they've got 1 kilo when he's actually sold 0.8 kilos. So for every 1.25 kilo that he buys, he is only selling 0.8 kilos. Okay, so let's say the cost price is 1 rupee per kilo. Sorry, not 1 rupee per kilo, 1 rupee per gram. Right? So when he's buying 1250, right, he is paying only 1000 rupees because people think that it's only 1 kilo. Right? And then when he's selling 0.8 is what he's selling, he's actually getting 1000 rupees. So let's say he has bought 10 kilos, guys. How much does he actually pay for it? And how much does he actually get for it? That's what we'll need to see. So 10 kilos, when he's buying, he's basically bought actually 8 kilos on paper. So he's paying 8 into 1000, he's paying 8000 rupees, right? We're saying 1 rupee is 1 gram. But while selling, right, he's selling actually 1250. right? So he's making a profit of 4,500 on 8,000, which is close to 56.25%. Yes, great. Let's look at the 22nd question. A man bought two goats for rupees 1008. He sold one at a loss of 20% and the other at a profit of 44% if each goat was sold for the same price. So let's say one goat bought at 100 rupees is sold at 144 rupees. ये सेलिंग प्राइस हो गया एक गोट का जो 44% प्रॉफिट पे हम बेच रहे हैं. अब वी आर सेइंग कि दूसरे गोट का भी यही सेलिंग प्राइस है, 144 ही सेलिंग प्राइस है. नाउ यहाँ पे देयर इज अ लॉस ऑफ 20% गाइस. So what is the cost price of this? The cost price would be 180. Right? 180 पे 80% loss, 0.8 gives us 144. I can just find this by dividing it by 0.8. So when the two cost price are 180 and 100, right? Then you are getting the same selling price for both. So the cost price are in the ratio 9:5. You need to divide 1008 in the ratio 9:5. Now if I look at 1008, it is nothing but 7 into 144. See, I already know 1001 is 7 into 11 into 13 or 7 into 143. So it is 7 into 144. So it's 14 into 72. So now I know, right? ये 14 को break up करना है. So the answer is going to be 9 into 72. So one goat is 9 into 72 and the other goat is 5 into 72. The one sold at a loss is the larger cost price, 9 into 72, which is 648 rupees. Right? Great. Let's move on to the 23rd question. The total cost price of two watches is rupees 840. One is sold at a profit of 16% and the other at a loss of 12%. Overall, there is no profit, no loss. Find the two prices. So, जो एक का profit होता है absolute value, दूसरे का loss होता है absolute value. Okay? तो profit of 16%, so forget the sign, ये positive है एक negative है, 16% of something is equal to 12% of something else. Now these two are in the ratio 4:3, right? So we'll say is equal to 12, right? So you can see x hence will be 3 and y will be 4. तो ये आपको equal आएगा. The two quantities have to be in the ratio 3:4. So I need to divide 840 in the ratio 3:4, right? Which is what? 120 into 3 and 120 into 4, 360, 480. Yes? 24th question. One trader calculates the percentage of profit on the buying price and another calculates on the selling price. Both claim to have made 20% profit. तो एक कॉस्ट प्राइस है 100, उसने बराबर से 20% प्रॉफिट कैलकुलेट किया है कॉस्ट प्राइस पे, तो उसका सेलिंग प्राइस है 120. अब दोनों के सेलिंग प्राइस आर सेम, सो दूसरे का सेलिंग प्राइस इज आल्सो 120, पर उसने 20% प्रॉफिट इस पे कैलकुलेट किया है. यहाँ 20 रुपीज का प्रॉफिट था, यहाँ होगा 24 रुपीज का प्रॉफिट क्योंकि he has calculated on 120. So if the profit is 24, the cost price is 96. Now दोनों का 4 का डिफरेंस actually translates to 84. So x corresponds to 21, multiplier is 21 and selling price is hence 21 into 120, which is 2520. Right? Great guys. I hope you enjoyed this session. This was a slightly heavy session questions wise. We did a lot of difficult questions actually, and I had really difficult and confusing. So I'd really like you to go back, just go through the questions again, because this really covers a huge variety of questions, right? Before we move away, the puzzle for next time, you start in the bottom left corner of a 8x8 grid. Your goal is to get to the top right. You only move up or right. You can't move diagonally, you can't go back. How many different ways are there to get from the start to the finish, right? Your reading material, reading assignment, all eyes on the bull market, on the market, a bull's nightmare, right? Please do read up on this. I'll see you again in the evening, right? And I'll see you tomorrow for the doubt solving session at 11 o'clock. You can find me on the Unacademy app, guys. This app has a lot of positives. Besides live classes, great educators, you also have exams, polls, right? And doubt solving sessions. So please subscribe. Which subscription to go for? Well, if you're focused on CAT 20, then you can go for the 6-month or 12-month subscription. If you're confused between 20 or 21, you can go for the 24-month subscription. You can use the code Munira10 to get a 10% discount. I'll definitely see you in the app, right? So great. See you tomorrow. Take care. Hope you all had a good time. Bye bye.